Hola, estudiantes. ¿Cómo estáis? Hello, students. I hope everyone is doing well. I kind of wanted to give a brief synopsis on what's going to be on the midterm exam during week 8. Just some things that I thought I should point out just from looking at students' exams in the past. So here's just a brief synopsis. I'm just going to take you through what to pay attention to. Okay, let's take a look here. Midterm exam. Let's take a look here. Okay, stem changing verbs. If you see IR verbs, meaning verbs ending in IR, most of those just simply have an E to I stem change. There's one exception, the verb preferir. So when you're doing this section and is asking you to fill in the blanks, or is asking you to write the correct form of the verb, in parentheses, the stem changing verb, if you see IR, it's pretty much E to I. Okay, so for this example, the first example, yo pedí las frutas, I asked for fruit. Your E is going to turn to I, and then you're going to drop the IR and put an O to agree with yo, because yo is first person singular. Now, if we take a look here at the second one, tú preferir las dos, we're going to drop the IR. However, we're going to change that E to an IE, because it is not just the E to I verb. Is that one verb that is an exception. So the E actually turns to IE. Another note, if you have a verb that has an E and an O, or it has two E's, you're going to stem change whichever letter comes closest to the ending. So we're going to stem change the second E, turn it to an IE. Tú is second person singular. Your ending in IR for second person singular is ES. Tú prefieres las dos. Okay? You prefer both. All right. Now, the verbs that end in AR, ER, if they are stem changing, they're simply E to IE or O to UE. So you just simply do the stem change as long as it's not first or second persons plural. Those are outside of the boot. So here's what you would do. She eats lunch, ALM. You're going to turn the O to UE. And you're going to add an A, excuse me. Ella almuerza. The A agrees with ella, which is third person. Ustedes entender. Here you have two E's again. So you're going to have ENT, IEND. And ustedes is third person plural. Your ending for ER in third person plural is EN. All right, take a look at the next one. Nosotros. That's first person plural, which falls outside of the boot. You do not stem change in nosotros and vosotros forms. So your O is simply going to be an O. Okay? Your ending for ER in first person plural is EMOS. Okay? So I just wanted to point those out for stem change. Let's see, let's move right along. We can't make this too long. Okay, verbs with yo form. If you see on the exam, it just states to fill in the blanks or provide the correct present tense form of the verb. If you see hacer, poner, salir, traer, oír, decir, ver, these are verbs with irregular yo forms. In other words, first person singular has those forms. If you do not have yo, it's pretty much simply a regular verb. Only if you have yo are you going to have that irregular form. Yo hago. I do homework. Okay? If you wanted to say you do homework or they do homework, let's say they do homework. Ellos, it's just simply going to be HACEN. Okay? If it's not the yo form, just do what you were doing on the first quizzes, where you simply just drop the ER, IR, and add the endings. Okay? Only if it's yo do you worry about these forms. And this one's actually pongo. Okay? Pongo, salir, traer, oír, oigo. All of those are the yo forms. If outside of the yo, just take the ER, IR off and put the verb forms. Okay? All right, let's see. Adjectives. This is a very simple section. If you see adjectives in parentheses, you simply make them agree. If they are feminine, you make them feminine. If they are masculine, you just make them masculine. O usually signals masculinity. A, femininity. Now, you do have many verbs in Spanish that end with an E. You do not change the E's. Never, nunca, never change an E. The only two letters you can flip-flop are O's and A's. So if we're speaking of Anna and we want to say that she's beautiful, we notice that that word actually ends with an O. But she's a female, so we need to change that O to an A. Now for the next one, we're saying that she's intelligent, inteligente. You're going to leave it as inteligente because we cannot change E's. It can be a male or female. Never change your E's. So as you see here for the next one, that's masculine, but it's simply going to be an E. Now, if you're speaking of Juan and Anna, we do need to add an S. Okay, you can't change the E, but you do need to add an S to make it agree because you have Juan and Anna, which is plural. Okay, let's take a look at the last one, los chicos. We're going to add an S to alto to make it altos, okay? The tall boys and girls. Okay, so that's simply what you do there. No problems there. Okay, moving right along. Possessive adjectives. It's just simply mi, tu, su, nuestro, vuestro, su. My, your, his, her, our, y'all's, their. Okay, my books. Don't think in English on these. I promise you'll get them wrong if you do. Okay? It's going to be mis libros, not mi libro. Mi libros. It would be in English. It's either my book or my books. It doesn't matter. But I suppose when people look at this, it kind of look like my's books. But what it really means is my books. The only reason it has an S is because they have to agree in number and in gender. So if your noun has an S, your adjective has to have an S. All right, their car is just simply su. It's not sus because it's their. There's more than one person. It's just simply su. Carro doesn't have an S, so your answer doesn't have an S. Okay, I hope this makes things a little bit better. Okay, now on the part with the family members, they are multiple choice. You will have to read, if you'll notice that they can mean of or from. In this sense, it actually means of. So there are no apostrophes in Spanish. So you can't say my mother's brother. It will be the brother of my mother. Okay, so it makes it a little bit long. It looks lengthy. However, if you just place the English word where the Spanish word is, it will make sense. El hermano de mi madre es mi. The brother of my mother is my uncle. My mother's brother is my uncle. So if you know the Spanish word for uncle, and which you will, right, for the exam, it's tío. So that would be your answer. So that's how you can work your way through the family members. This is just a rundown. I hope this helps. I was just noticing some things on exams in the past, and I just wanted to point these things out. Thank you so much. I hope that everyone does well. Don't forget to take your midterm exam. Thank you so much. Buena suerte.